What's going on? Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. I know I did. Since my run was cut this past Thursday and Friday, good news is I still got to run. I did a small turn and burn Thursday, and then Friday I did another turn and burn with another driver. So, well, but still it doesn't add up to the number of miles that I do on a typical night. So I said, yeah, let me come in on Saturday and do an extra run. So I've said in other videos, guys, do whatever type of run best fits you, whether that's a meet and turn, a hub run, or a terminal to terminal, or a lay down run. So today I'm going to touch more on meet and turns for starters. Those of y'all that aren't familiar, a meet and turn is basically where you meet another driver. You'll meet at a specific point, whether that's a truck stop, that could be a service plaza, that could be at a terminal, pretty much anywhere. And you'll basically swap trailers. So we're gonna use my run for example. So I meet a driver at a mobile. You know, we have a specific meet point, and I'll give him usually empties or Dallas freight, and he'll bring me Dallas trailers, or sometimes he'll bring me Houston trailers. So it's designed to split the miles. So rather than me going all the way to Dallas, what they'll do is they'll have somebody bring the Dallas freight to Mobile, and then he'll bring it to me, and then I'll take it the rest of the way. Now with meet and turns, guys, it's a good idea that you get that driver's contact information. When you first start the run, get his or hers contact, that way you can communicate and let them know, you know, your ETA and all that. Guys, I can't stress enough, be considerate when you do a meet and turn, because it would suck if you meet a driver that's late every night, or a driver that takes naps every night all the way to the meet point. Now, I'm not knocking you off for taking naps. Do that after you've swapped trailers and paperwork, because you don't want your meet man to have to wait on you every night. Now, if you're running late, you know, be considerate. Let that driver know, hey, I'm running a little late, trailers weren't closed out, or breakdown, or whatever the situation is. Make sure you communicate that. That way the person you're meeting, you know, knows, because you don't want to be waiting at the truck stop for hours and hours at a time for your meet driver. Now keep in mind too, with meet and turns, if I didn't already say, it's designed to split it up. So we'll use another example. We have a Charlotte run, and this guy, he meets a Charlotte driver. Now the halfway point between Tampa and Charlotte would be Savannah. So they meet at, I think it's Rittgen, Georgia, but it's really outside of Savannah. They meet at that TA on 95. So they'll, that's basically the halfway point. So they'll swap. Now keep in mind with meet and turns, another thing too, if your meet man calls out, and sometimes they may not have anybody to cover that run, so they might cancel the run. They might put another driver on that run, or I want y'all to listen carefully to this next part. Or they might send you all the way. So let's just say we use Charlotte as an example. So let's just say they don't have anybody to cover Charlotte. Central might call you and say, hey, you don't have anybody to meet, so we need you to go all the way up to Charlotte. And then of course, you know, you'll lay over, and then you'll come back the following day. Or sometimes what they'll do is, this happened to me. I was doing a meet and turn with the South Atlanta driver. He had broke down, and I really didn't want to have to wait, because I knew I would run out of time. Based on his breakdown, I would have definitely ran out of time. So they were going to try to send me all the way up to Atlanta, which, I mean, I wouldn't have mind. It wouldn't have been the first time, but I said, hey, can I just send these trailers to Albany, because I knew I can make it to Albany and back round trip, and once that driver that broke down got back up and running, he'd be able to pick that up. Now, I think he had to lay over. I don't remember the specifics, but the point is, I would have been able to drop it there, and luckily, they had freight in Albany bound for my terminal, so that worked out. So just keep in mind, you might get sent elsewhere after your meet point, because sometimes, like for example, when we meet Atlanta drivers, sometimes they don't always give us trailers bound for our terminal, you know. Sometimes when I meet like West Atlanta, for example, they might give me trailers bound for Miami, which means I'll have to stop in Orlando and drop it off. They'll have a driver take it the rest of the way. So keep in mind, when meet and turns, you may not always turn and burn back to your assigned terminal. You know, you might get bounced around. So just keep that in mind. Now, would I recommend meet and turns? You know, that's all up to you, you know. You're basically at the mercy of your meet driver. You know, if he or she, you know, is lazy or whatever, then hey, it is what it is. All right, y'all, so that's meet and turns. I'll catch y'all in the next one.